welcome to the show.
TwistedYounginz.
We want to thank you all for tuning in with us, for sure, man. What is that you always say?
What?
If you are watching this.
If you are watching this, go towards Kansas. Or maybe not even Kansas. I thought you said it was something nowadays.
You say you're part of the resistance.
If you're,
that's what I said, But
I hope you guys are, still safe. You're still healthy. You're still been saving up food, because I don't think if you're saving money, I hope it's worth something. But you think it's gonna be worth something? Or?
He's like, it's a lot of stuff to get into today, guys, that will make you all think, and that's the whole purpose. We want to present you all with real things, stuff that's going on around the world that you won't see on your regular daytime news, stuff that's affecting us, how we live, and that's going to affect the next couple years, if there is any, for sure.
And we're not saying we're perfect. We're just bringing this up, and this because this is something we're interested in. So we just assume that you guys will be too. Usually people that look like us don't pay attention to stuff like this. We too busy kicking it. And we're just trying to show you there's a lot of stuff going on out here in this world outside of kicking it and hitting the club. We know you take your damn shoes off and sit down and pay attention to this TwistedYounginz. You got something to say, Mojo?
Not really.
Try to think for yourself.
Yeah.
A lot of times we accept the reality that's given to us, and if you stop to think, we're so caught in the matrix, we don't even take the time to think.
Man, too busy on them pills.
Yeah, and if you think things through, you may say, well, man, why is this happening? This don't even make sense, but we want to give you all like a quick update, a news update of what's going on around before we get into our show. We have a lot to get into today. A lot of important things to get into today. Stuff that's happening around the world. And like I said, we encourage you all to look up things as well. Seek out information. You know what I mean? Don't just get caught up in the entertainment news. You know what I mean? Stuff is happening in the world. And look up in the sky. We ain't having all these blood moons for nothing like this. Hey,
they too busy worrying about what NBA YoungBoy talking about.
Who won the game today? How many points this person had?
Yeah. Now I watched the game.
Yeah, but
I make sure I pay attention to the world. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I do find myself at 5, maybe 2 o'clock in the morning looking at stats. So I can't lie about that.
Well, let me play this quick update real quick before we get into it. Mojo, bring down the music just a bit, and we're going to bring the intro music back in once we get done hearing a word from our sponsors. All right, guys, just take a listen, and this is a couple things that's what's going on in the world. We're going to jump right into it.
What she's talking about? Can you give it like the basic?
Man, she's talking about worldly news, what's going on in different countries. So if you all start to pull things, what's going on in different countries, and add it all together, you will see that there may be some type of agenda. You do have the WHO. You do have the World Government meeting that's going down May 22nd. That's where part of the meeting, they're going to decide if the World Health Organization is going to decide if they're going to have rights over our health pandemic. So if they're going to have the right to decide state of emergency, where they make decisions for us instead of our Senate and local government. So, and that's not good if they're able to decide that. And not only that, but it's going to be decided for the whole world.
One world government.
It's always been.
Sound like to me.
All right, guys. Here we go.
Nations announces and celebrates replacement migration in public documents. MasterCard introduces controversial biometric payments that require a face scan. Oakland becomes a sanctuary city for women seeking abortions. Biden administration buys millions of doses of monkeypox hokey pokies in the case of confirmed spreading of monkeypox. A prominent Israeli rabbi speaks about the American abortion agenda and compares it to Rome. Russia withdraws from Council of Baltic Sea States. A sandstorm in Iraq kills 1 and sends over 5,000 to the hospital. South Africa's EFF says Israel is an evil state that must be destroyed. Event 202, go look it up. This article is talking about some interesting stuff. Pause to read. RaptureReady.com. A new up-close photo of the sun looks rather interesting. Kind of looks like water. This is the image. North Korea begins ultimate no hokey pokey experiment. No inoculations for more than 2 years. We got a 3.0 solar flare. Tons of earthquakes near San Jorge Island. Earthquakes form in New Zealand and Iceland. Archaeologists have discovered an ancient underground city where 70,000 Christians may have fled to escape persecution. This is in Turkey, and I suggest you guys look into it because it's very interesting. Yeah. A church state watchdog group pressures IRS to investigate Greg Locke. Officials are warning that blackouts are possible this summer. Spain ordering thousands of hokey pokeys amid monkeypox outbreak as well. Putin warns Finland has made a mistake after talking about joining NATO. An archbishop bars Nancy Pelosi from communion due to her support of abortion. And your verse of the day is Philippians 4:19. And my God will meet all your needs according to the riches of his glory in Christ Jesus. You guys have a great evening.
That's it.
So they ordered millions of doses of this stuff?
Of monkeypox vaccine, not just us, but other countries, man.
That's supposed to be 80-some% effective.
I don't think they're going to order millions
according
if
to
they
the
don't
World
plan
Health
on.
Well, see, check this out.
something.
In monkeypox, it's less than 1% mortality rate.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? You will get spots. You will get spots on you, but it's less than 1% that mortality rate. But what they're probably going to start doing is they're probably going to start promoting pictures with people with the spots on them that's looking just so grimy, so make people want to say, "Oh my gosh, I don't want to catch that. I need to go and get the woohoo."
How fast do it spread?
This is the thing. They say it's hard to this monkeypox came from, of course, an animal. And they said it's hard it's not like someone touches you and you automatically get it. So honestly, we'll see how this plays out. I know later on we're going to we could get to it now. I know Mojo has. We are gonna talk about this, but before we talk about that, I definitely want to just let people know that the U.S. Senate has approved Biden's Biden's word to give Ukraine another $40 billion. I know, guys, every time we start the show, it's like, $33 billion is given to Ukraine. This is given to Ukraine, but now another $40 billion have just been given to Ukraine. Yeah. And this amounts to the largest package of foreign aid passed by Congress in the last 2 decades, guys. So we just want to let you all know that.
This don't make no sense. This don't make
$40 billion. And you all see what we going through over here. High gas prices, food supply chain. That $40 billion could have been used right here.
We're going to talk about it later. High gas prices substantially to hit $6 by the end of the summer. What? And you sending $40 billion over there on top of the trillions that you've already sent over there.
They trying to get rid of, boy, and I bet you a lot of that money is
and it's mighty strange how this World Health Organization meeting is happening right in the middle or right in the midst of the monkeypox outbreak. Because once if they actually go through with whatever the World Health Organization has planned, if they actually go through and give them power, basically they could label the common cold a natural disaster and require everyone in the world to quarantine.
Shut them down, monkeypox.
Everybody in the world quarantine.
We gotta shut them down.
I know what we said about monkeypox, but that requires monkeypox from back in the day. Which
was eradicated, by the way. Don't throw that in there. Monkeypox was eradicated along with smallpox, meaning you could easily get rid of it. It wasn't. It's
not respiratory and nothing like that. It's not serious.
But now they're promoting it to be so serious.
It's life changer now.
They're promoting pictures to making it look bad so people can, be afraid. They got this whole fear campaign coming out. So, but we also have some, we're going to get into monkeypox a little later. So we're going to definitely unravel that. But I also want to bring up, pay attention to some of these worldly events that's going on. So for example, in India, they are reaching, hottest temperatures that they've ever experienced. They broke a record of 122 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, it is hot. That's baking
and
on
they've
the concrete
been going
hot.
through stuff like this. And it says
eggs on the concrete. I mean, eggs.
Yeah, you can. 122 degrees Fahrenheit.
No doubt. You probably cook a steak on the ground.
And it says, depending on how quickly the global economy reigns in carbon emissions, it warned that between half and 2/3 of humanity would be exposed to periods of life-threatening climatic conditions arising from coupled impacts of extreme heat and humidity this century. Y'all got to pay attention to what's going on. Earthquakes has been happening. Extreme heat, tornadoes, volcanic coming out the ocean, earthquakes in the ocean. Yeah, pay attention, guys.
Wake up.
Y'all gonna believe sooner or later.
Y'all
gonna believe sooner or later.
I don't know, man. The volcanoes in the ocean and everything. That's one. I mean, they've always been there. That's just a maturation of time. But moving forward.
But they said that this was, what do you mean it always been there? As in, like, we've heard about this all the time, or what's going on with that?
As far as they've always been there, as far as volcanoes in the ocean, under the ocean and everything like that, that has always been there. They just haven't always
erupting that big as a one half.
That's what I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to say they haven't always been active. They've always been there. They haven't always been active. Like Yellowstone Park, they got, volcanic geysers and everything like that. They shoot the water out, but they're not all. They're all not active. Only a few of them are active. What do they call them? Geysers, I believe, but they're not all active. Like you said, I'm with you. Nowadays, with everything get, fully up to function. One thing that scares me or concerns me is that I feel like the whole Ethiopia being on a year ahead or a year behind calendar or whatever the whatnot. I start to think about that a lot because if you pay attention to the weather nowadays, it feels like April showers came in May.
I was just thinking that today, man. I was driving home from work.
See what I'm saying? And it feels like we're basically operating on a clock like we're behind. It feels like, like with no daylight savings and everything like that, it feels like time has set itself back. And it feels like, in my mind, I think, we're moving at a different type of pace nowadays. Like I said, April showers are in May. Summers are longer. Winters are longer. But summers they end quicker. And I feel like the winter does not end as quick as it used to.
Mojo, that's a great valid point because I was literally driving home. I'm like, man, we're experiencing all this weather that we're experiencing. This is April weather.
Yeah.
This is April weather. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
This ain't really never happened in May like this.
I've never seen this much
rain.
May
21st or something like that.
Yeah, it's 21st.
So.
And I talked to my aunt today. She stayed out there in Mississippi and she was just talking about how, it just rained there for the first time in a while. They ain't had no rain in a minute. And I'm like, baby, it been raining up here the whole month.
We're going to have a long summer. Our winters are about to change.
See what I'm saying?
Like, we're going to have, if that's the case, December is going to be.
December will
it's going to be fall.
December will probably actually be the first.
It's going to be fall. We're going to have like 60-degree weather through the whole December and January.
I'm with you on that. I believe it won't start getting cold from here on out. If my projections are right and what we're talking about, if that's
until
true,
like March,
winter will probably kick in around February. Around Valentine's Day, it'll start getting cold, and then it'll be freezing cold all the way from March up until May. And then May, like I said, May will do exactly what it's doing now. It'll start to rain during May. And then you'll go into the summer around mid-June, late June. And it's going to last, like you said, all the way up until about October. Then the fall will start. I think the summer's going to last at least the extended month. So we're talking about September.
You know what? I don't disagree with you because I listened to back in the day when your grandparents and your parents tell you stories of like, man, this snow is nothing. I remember when we were younger, we had blizzards and 6, 7, 8 feet of snow. We can barely get in the door, and we've never experienced a snow where we can barely get in the door. You know what I mean? So I definitely can, if there is a change, I can definitely believe that that's going to happen for sure.
They always used to say stuff like that. Oh man, y'all got it easy. Y'all got bus with air conditioning. Oh, we have to walk 6-7 miles.
Yeah.
Oh man,
no shoes on.
The whole. It's a lot that could go on, and obviously, we don't know if this is true or not about the weather. Allegedly, it is, but one thing I don't know that's alleged is that weather machine. That's what I do know. That ain't alleged. You can look that up. That's real. That's active. It's not like these volcanoes. That weather machine they have is active. Now, do I know if they're messing with the weather or not? I don't know. But for all you Mandela effect theorists,
they can happen
like
before.
that and everything.
I think what's coming out of these alleged volcanoes is what people, and this is off the record. I probably shouldn't be saying this right now.
That's why you should say.
I'm probably gonna mess up the conversation, but I think with these, this is what some of you all can expect in the bottomless pit. That's gonna be super hot.
Are you talking about the volcanoes?
Yeah, it's coming from the pit.
Yeah.
It's erupting.
Well, yeah,
they keep digging and digging and messing up this stuff, and they call it lava.
Yeah.
Nah, that's coming from the bottom.
Yeah.
So that's what you're gonna be in when you
when it's over with.
You don't believe
y'all getting a glimpse of it now. It destroys everything. Nothing lives when that whatever they call lava.
And last week, hold on, last week when they had the UFO stuff, the Congress meeting with the UFO. Now what? 1 week from now, they meeting with the WHO about.
There you go, Des. I love it. Yes.
You know, about basically have control. 198 countries, I want to say, is in the WHO. So basically, if this get approved, then they'll have control over all of these different countries. Health control, basically be able to shut your stuff down. That's what I'm trying to say. All at once. So really, if you're able to control all of these different countries, they said 99.4% of all the countries in the world. So if you're able to control them, their health sector, you know, that's basically one world.
You able to control.
I'm able to shut everything. You down. Then they say anything can pop up. I can say, yo, the measles. Oh, let's shut it down. You know,
and that's what's going to cause. That's what's going to cause uproar amongst. That's what's going to cause riots and protests. That right there is when you're going to see nations rise.
It's out of my hands. I can't lift it. The WHO said.
And then you're going to wonder why it's happening, because people are going to get mad. You're taking their livelihoods and rights away. People are going to lose jobs over this, because they're going to require jobs to say yo, if they don't have this, if they're not abiding by these rules, they can't work there no more. If you don't have this, you can't shop at the grocery store.
They've already started that. They've already started that. You know, we ain't going to talk about the name of it, but you know, you ain't got a certain credential on your resume right now. There's a lot of good jobs that you just cannot have simply based off that.
Oh, you can get the jobs now.
No, they have. You can't.
No, you can't. Yeah, they told me I just had to turn down the gig for $32 an hour.
For what?
For not being,
woohoo.
Yeah.
Get the woohoo, man. Stop playing. Yeah, Go get that 32 hours.
Are you willing to get it? For me,
you better stop playing and get that woohoo.
You said they said, are you willing to get it? Oh, no problem. You have.
I told a woman that,
wait a second, $32.
I told her I didn't get it for religion.
That will come to you.
Hey, that's a degree job.
Listen, and what's crazy is, that's a
doctorate degree right there.
Okay, and listen, what's crazy is when we talk, she didn't call me about anything. She didn't call me to interview me or nothing. I had the job when she called. They said I had the most qualified resume they had for the job, right? Everything's fine. They're setting me up to get me on a flight, book me out, go get my fingerprints.
Book you out to where? Book you out to where?
Because I gotta,
where they flying you at to get the woohoo?
In this.
No, he gotta get
to go get my fingerprint.
Oh, okay,
and everything like that. So
I gotta check you again all over again.
Make sure
you gotta do all your security and everything and whatnot.
You ain't pistol whip nobody.
In the last year, have you gone terrorist on me? You know what I'm saying? So all of that, got to get my security clearance back and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
So we had all this set up. I was supposed to be on a flight that afternoon. Get off the phone. She calls back and asks me, have I,
got the woohoo?
Have I had the woohoo? Yeah. Have I been poked? And I told her, nope. She said, have you been poked? I said, nope.
Ain't no poking me.
Yeah. And she was like, okay, cool. That's fine. It shouldn't be an issue. And I told her when she said it shouldn't
it shouldn't be an issue.
She said it shouldn't be an issue. Legally, she has to say that. They can't turn you legally, she said, shouldn't be an issue. I dig into it. I'm like, hey, obviously I didn't get it for religious purposes and everything like that. Mm-hmm. Is this gonna be an issue? Is this a deal breaker?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Words I used. Is this a deal breaker? Yeah. She said, no, it shouldn't be an issue. Hold on. Put me on hold for about 10 seconds, right?
To cover her butt.
Put me on hold to go ask a question. I'm sure she wished she did. She went to go ask the manager, hey, That guy that we were talking about bringing in, hey, he ain't woo-hoo. So what should I do with him? Oh, okay, cool. We'll look for someone else. So she get back on the phone. She's like, hey, so would you be willing to get the woo-hoo? I'm like, no, I didn't.
That was a deal breaker.
I didn't get it for religious purposes. So no, I'm not willing to get it. It's like, oh, okay, hold on again. This time she put me on hold for like a minute. Gets back on the phone, says, okay, got it. I got all your information. I got everything wrote down. We're going to give you a call, okay? Said, all right, cool. Hang up the phone. I knew that was the end of the conversation. How did we just go from from booking me on a flight and trying to get me set up to get started and work in about a week from now to, hey, we're going to call you back and never call back.
But you know what that means, Mojo?
That means that I didn't get
that means the woo-hoo hasn't gone away yet.
Oh, hold on, wait a second. Give me about by the end of the show, I will pull up the literal specific title and article the government has indoctrinated into fields of, let's just say, careers, high-paying careers. For most high-paying careers, they have to have the woo-hoo.
All right.
It's implemented already. Whether we knew
As a
it,
matter of fact,
no one's talking about it, but it's already written in government stone. It's already written in documentation that you have to have it. Certain companies have to have it.
And 2 Americans are stuck in Tonga.
Ooh, that might be
2
the
Americans
market.
are stuck in Tonga because they're not getting the woohoo to leave Tonga. They're from Florida. They were in Tonga filming a documentary, right?
Ooh.
And so the king, you know, it's different rules over there.
Yeah.
First, the king was like, "Oh, you can go," but their monarchy was just like, "Well, wait a second. You know, this is what they're doing. They don't have the woohoo. We don't, you know." And so, but these 2 Americans that were from Florida, they were going to have a private jet. They paid $250,000 for a private jet to come get them. The king was basically saying like, "Hey, nobody's getting off the plane, right?" They were just like, "Yeah." It was like, "Oh, okay, I don't see no problem with them leaving," but because the plane had to stop over in Hawaii or somewhere else for 24 hours before they came to Tonga. And by the time they came to Tonga, long story short, the Americans couldn't leave because they didn't have the woohoo, and they were over there filming a documentary. The guy was just like, "Yo, we're stuck over here. You all let Congress know, let them know what's going on. It's a story that you all can look up." But yeah, when you said that, they remind me of that. And speaking of that, heck yeah, man, they're stuck over there. You know what I mean?
Because you want to put something in my body.
Well, I knew that.
On a private jet. On a private jet, bro.
Yeah, it don't matter though. You know, hey. So let me tell you how that works. In aviation. So how it works, you have countries, you have international flights, right? So every now and then an international flight will have a situation where they'll run out of fuel. They'll have a situation where they got disgruntled passenger, whatever the case may be. They'll land somewhere out of route, right? But because it's an international flight, so say a Canadian flight coming through the United States that's going from Mexico to Canada, right? But it has to fly through the United States, and say they run out of fuel in the United States, have to stop somewhere in like Colorado or something, right? No one on that aircraft is able to get off. When that flight lands, no one on that aircraft can get off that plane because it's an international flight and it's not supposed to stop.
They're trying
here.
to get on.
Right.
Nobody's getting
on.
on.
I asked him. He said, "Is anybody getting off?" The guy said no. Then the king of Tonga said, "Oh, well, I don't see no problem with them leaving because no one is getting off."
I'm with you on all that, but let me tell you the stipulation. So, like I said, no one's allowed to get off, right? But if that plane sits for a certain amount of time, those bags have to come off and be rechecked.
This ain't have to do nothing with bags though.
No, I'm with you on that. I'm just running through the process.
On that flight, man.
No. I'm just running through the process.
I bet they was salty. We just paid.
Well, listen what I'm saying. When I say the bags are coming off, not only just the bags. Once the bags come off, guess what else comes off? The passengers. So after a certain amount of time, if that plane sits, everyone's got to come off that plane and get recertified, right? Researched everything like that because the plane is sat for a certain amount of time long enough for someone to do damage. Even though no one's come off of it, you got people going in and out of the aircraft getting it fueled up. Stuff like that.
I'm pretty sure they called like the U.S. Embassy and they probably told them, "Hey, man, take the shot."
Well, I'm pretty sure the king, the way it sounds like the king was like, "Hey, let him go." And
but then somebody else, somebody else that they didn't within their government, they called Mr. James. They don't even know the real person name. Was just like, nah, they need to.
Yeah, y'all did this to us.
You get the
y'all did this. My people had to get shots to come on out of America. We're gonna give you a shot.
Mr. James said, "I got something for that." That's what that is.
Hey, but check this out. This is something that really scared me when I heard about this. Iran rolls out digital bread rationing with biometric IDs, right? So dig this. Iran has announced it will be rolling out digital coupons to ration bread to its citizens, but that's really biometric IDs, as it cuts back bread subsidized, which the country's president says are being wasted. The government will offer citizens digital coupons that will allow them to access a limited amount of bread at subsidized prices, while the rest will be available at market prices. And I remind you, market prices can be skyrocket high. And Iran, 50% of their population sits beneath the poverty line. So they will have to sign up for this biometric ID. And this biometric app will be passed over to the Israel police, right? So they can they'll know who, what, when, where, what you're buying, how, facial recognition, everything they need to know. The food rationing can be enforced via Iran's biometric national identity card, which it will start phasing in from 2015, and which is now issued to all new applicants and for all renewals. According to Minority Rights, the card includes a smart chip and stores biometric data, including iris scans, fingerprints, and facial images, and it's already being used to access a variety of government services. So basically, if you want the nice, good prices and reduced prices, you have to have this. And not only is it for bread, but it's for chicken, cheese, oil. So you see now, in order to buy food, you're going to need to get this. And if you don't have it, you're not going to be able to afford to get the food. And that's for 50% of their population, right? And it's a long article, and I'm basically keeping it brief and short. And it says, according to the Westbrook, the digital ID that the World Economic Forum establishes as the crux of the fourth industrial revolution. The fourth industrial revolution is what Klaus Schwab has been doing with these World Economic Forum meetings, which is scheduled to take place May 22nd. So you all just need to know what's going on and familiarize, and why all of a sudden people need to have this in order to buy food now. You got to have this biometric.
Making it is they're trying to sell you convenience. It's cheaper. It's a cheaper price. If you do this, we're not going to force you to do it. It's you buy,
and if you don't get it, you're not going to be able to get it.
Price.
Well, listen,
if you got bread, I mean, if you got enough money to buy it at regular price, then go ahead.
They don't. 50% of the population is in poverty.
That's what they're saying. Big baller. If you want to do that, buy it at regular price. If not,
and that bread can be like $1 million. You don't know how much that bread. Inflation is up over there like 60%. So you don't know. That bread can be, in our price, a couple $100s for that bread. Can we afford to pay a couple $100s for a loaf of bread? Or cheese or chicken?
Well, I mean, we talked about it earlier when we talked about it earlier, and I told you, I said, I had to sit back and I had to look at this, look at the situation that's going on with the bear market and everything going on. I'm like, man, they're not waiting. Like we said this was going to be a process, but it's no longer a process. They're not waiting.
Mojo, there's always a bear market.
No.
2008.
No.
And if you are a stockholder, you happy it's the bear.
I'm with you on that. I'm just saying. I'm not just talking about that. I'm just saying in general. We know that it would be a process. You can't just come tomorrow and say,
guess who's behind this digital ID?
We're going fully digital.
Bill Gates.
Of course, Google and Apple.
Of course. Now,
and this is worldly.
That's what I'm saying.
The Google had the stuff that you put in your arm.
Amazon.
Was it Amazon?
Amazon.
Why do I always confuse them? But
anyway, you know what? I got another topic coming up that Bill Gates is involved in with a tattoo ID.
Yeah, they're just trying to get you the market.
So, but no,
ready.
what we was talking about earlier is
time is short.
They're not waiting anymore. They can't just come out and say, hey, we're going into a digital market. All your money that's in the bank is no longer there. It's all digital now. So come in, get a debit card because you don't have one. You're going to need one in order to spend your money.
Or
convenience or whatever. Or they're going to jack the prices up. And if you want the discount, you're going to have to use.
We can put it right there.
Yeah, or you're going to even better. Yeah. If you want the discount, you're going to have to use your chip. Either way it goes, for free. They're not waiting anymore though. They're getting with it right now. Yeah. Like you said, they're coming out. They know 50% of their population is under poverty. Yeah, so what do? They jack the prices up on regular stuff like bread, water, milk, chicken,
cheese,
just so you can
stuff like that.
Just so you can go and they've been giving them checks every month. $10.
Who does it always start with? Welfare.
Yeah, yeah.
Who did they? I ain't even gonna talk about that, but the abortions and everything. Who are they geared towards? People on welfare.
Yeah, but then the white people start to do it, so they say, "Oh shit,
they're on welfare too."
Oh, our population is 100%, 100%.
They're on, yeah, absolutely.
Yes, they are. But my population is declining. Slow that stuff.
Slow that out. Hey, chill out. No more of that.
No more.
Roe versus Wade. Throw that out the window. Yeah, we need more of us.
Speaking of that, since we're talking about abortions, I was gonna save that for later.
Yeah.
But Starbucks is willing to pay for their employees to go somewhere else and then get their abortion. They're willing to pay for their abortion services.
You said what?
Which is weird because they can barely.
Wait a minute.
Which is weird because they can barely pay their employees decent money. Or
you said
to make a mocha latte.
That's why I just stopped the track. DJ stopped the track. You said they gonna pay their employees to
Starbucks
go
will now
get an
pay
abortion.
Starbucks will now pay for employees who need to travel for abortions.
Ooh, they're going against the Lord.
Y'all gotta see what's going on.
Starbucks. I wonder
y'all
who's the
sleep
CEO.
over here. Y'all sleep, man. You all gotta pay attention to the real news. Y'all worried about.
I tell you what.
Who is Starbucks CEO?
Chick-fil-A would never.
He's worshiping.
Chick-fil-A would never.
He's worshiping some kind of strange God.
The company also announced that the same benefit would extend to employees that need to travel for gender-affirming healthcare procedures.
Oh, to cut your ding-ling off. Or make the clitoris a long jump.
But you know what? We won't give you a raise, though. We ain't finna give you no. Hold on, Mojo. We will not give you the right insurance you need. We won't pay for you to have a babysitter to come to work on
retirement. 401k.
That part.
We ain't gonna make sure you invest in our company.
We're not paying for babysitters. We're not paying for schooling. Yeah. We're not paying for transportation.
I think they do offer some type of incentives.
But if you want to take some up your rectum,
I'm just saying,
right? But they're gonna pay for you to get the for gender affirming services.
They're not paying for you to go back and forth. You'll pay for someone to abort a baby, but you can't afford.
Mojo, they're gonna put you on.
You want to take it if you want to take it up your rectum. We'll pay for that.
Oh no!
You want to cut your?
Why you say that?
If you want to cut your, I'm saying that's what they're willing to pay for. That's
you
what
ain't
they're paying for.
That.
I haven't said
certain words.
If you're willing to cut off, if you're willing to cut off what God gave you, we'll pay for that.
They say, they said.
Yeah,
look, Des threw me off with though, and
I'm saying we'll pay for it. We got money for it.
I got it.
If you willing to kill your child in your belly,
I got it. Listen, we'll put you on a first class flight.
Yeah,
drinks included to get an abortion or to get your gender service is good. Yes. But you know what? For your livelihood, if you need life insurance, health insurance, if you want to raise, if you want to join a union, we won't get you for that. We got to vote on that. But all this other stuff, we'll get you squared away for it.
You caught a flat and you late to work? Fine.
We ain't there. Yeah, we gonna fire you.
Fine. Ain't no excuse.
But what I was getting ready to say.
That's sad, man.
And monkeypox, come on now. We need you guys to go take the COVID-19.
Chick-fil-A would never do
something. It'll heal that monkeypox. It'll get that monkeypox straight for you. It works for everything. They said take it for everything.
And for all the Starbucks lovers, if y'all want to revolt against Starbucks for what they just did and what they just said or whatever, go to the bread company. Chick-fil-A, they would never.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A said we close on Sunday.
I shouts out to their owner. He ain't having that. He told the alphabet community, "Hey, y'all can bag up off of me because ain't nothing gonna change."
What he was saying?
Ain't nothing gonna change.
What was the problem? What was the problem? Like what he was on?
Well, he wasn't with the, he was he's like, the government can do what they do, but at our restaurant, the bathrooms gonna stay the same. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, certain and women. That's it.
It's certain things that they, certain things that they were doing that they're like, oh, Chick-fil-A should join in on that. And he like, nah, we ain't doing that.
Hey, what?
We're not paying y'all. We're not paying y'all to have gender reconfirmation or whatever the case. No, we ain't paying for that. Yeah.
You actually said something?
Oh my God.
Disrespectful to us?
Yeah, that boy, the dude that owned Chick-fil-A, he be on some savage stuff towards the alphabet community and towards everybody else. I ain't gonna stunt. Like you said, he's Christian and all of that. Hey, ain't no working on Sundays. Nuh-uh. Y'all need to spend that time with the Lord.
He did. He stood on his word.
And stood on it. Like you said, say it again, Myra. Stood on it.
They were out protesting. He didn't even come out and make a statement.
Yeah. My employees are paid well. They don't need overtime. In fact, they need an extra day off. So let me provide one for them. A day with the Lord that we should be spending anyway.
Yeah, they get Sundays off. All the stores closed.
All the stores closed. Every one of them. As a franchise, the company itself shuts down on Friday, and every franchise under it.
I do want to get to so with this Israel stuff, I just want people to. I want to pull and it's not just with Israel, like what I'm about to read off. I want you all to kind of paint a picture and put the picture together. So you see what's going on in Israel. So carbon taxes harms hog farmers, right? So hog prices and meat prices are going up. So due to the carbon taxes that they're imposing around the world, hog prices are going up. That's causing meat prices to go up. Also, in the UK, farmers can't afford to plant crops for the next season due to skyrocketing fuel and fertilizer.
Yeah.
Also, and these are headlines that you all can look up. Cucumber crisis, surging energy prices leaves with British glass houses empty. So there is a cucumber crisis.
Now that I don't believe.
Wow, it's going to be a pickle shortage. It's going to be a pickle shortage.
Also, the price of growing a cucumber jumps from 25% to 70% because of the high energy costs.
$5 pickles? A pickle for $5.
It was.
The Japanese encephalitis, I spelled that wrong. Japanese encephalitis outbreak in Australia detected in dozens of pigs means pork supply is set to plunge. A new bacterial outbreak confirmed at 2 eastern Sierra fish hatches. California Department of Fish and Wildlife. You know what I mean? Okay. New bacterial outbreaks. Texas Park and Wildlife threatens to basically kill deer at North Texas Ranch because of the zombie deer disease, which is AKA the chronic wasting disease.
Whoa. Slow down. Say that again. There's a zombie deer disease.
But that was a a while, right?
Yeah.
So how do you don't even know if most of these deer having this, but they're using that as an excuse to saying, like, telling farmers like, oh yeah, we got to get rid of your deer and deer around. Like,
have you seen the zombie deer disease?
But listen. Deer
it's season, like a prawns. I think it's called prawns.
Deer season isn't long away from now. Deer season,
but for some, people always kill deer though.
Yeah,
people always kill deer.
Yeah,
but okay. So hold that thought. Northern Ireland faces 4 million sheep and cattle to meet climate targets, right? All of that. The U.S. egg factory roast alive 5.3 million chickens because of the avian flu call, right?
Oh.
Then they fire almost every one of their workers. They find also pigs can transmit deadly antibiotic resistant superbug to humans. Basically, they're saying, oh, it's dangerous, it's dirty, please don't eat. So all I'm just saying is that pay attention to what's going on around the world, to the food supply chain, what's coming out, what you're not hearing out in the news. This stuff you can look up. The bird flu, the deer thing, the pig situation, the cucumber crisis, with the oranges, the citrus disease out in Florida. What else did we just name? all types of stuff.
Yeah.
Pay attention to what's going on. So once they get rid of all your food,
nah, man, we too busy in there.
I mean, there's clearly there's a food shortage on the
Shawty,
way.
what's your
Like
name?
I told you, you know,
I just want to.
when we did it,
they don't want farmers can't even plant in the UK
What Cardi B talking
fertilizer's too expensive.
You heard Beyonce news.
well, it's not even just the fertilizer, it's the food too. Because like you said, the carbon, what you were talking
The
about.
carbon tax, for the hogs and all. Yeah,
They can't.
They put carbon tax on people.
That's what I'm saying. They put that, a lot of that stuff, you know, they can't pay for fertilizer. You can't pay the food. You can't pay for the food to feed the animals. You can't pay for the fuel to fuel those big machine rigs that require diesel.
Well, they're destroying this mug. You know, we got to destroy the food place.
Absolutely.
Food first, and
so
then
this is
work our way. And then once we say, okay, guys, we need y'all to do this. And if we had the food, all this stuff was still going, why would y'all listen to me? Y'all wouldn't listen to me.
I encourage
but now you need me. I got your attention.
Yeah, this is why I encourage everybody to stop eating meat immediately.
Okay, Mojo, continue that. Hold that thought, because I want to throw this in there. Why you're saying that? The Pentagon will use AI to predict panic buying COVID-19 hotspots. The Joint Artificial Intelligence Center plans to use AI to combat the COVID-19 pandemic by using the technology to predict hotspots and other related logistics or supply chain problems. Supply chains have suffered due to the month-long shutdown in China. So basically, these AIs will basically tell them what people are using, what you need, what they're running out of. And for the Pentagon to do this, it says the AI tool will focus on the entire The AI tool has been named Salus and will Salus, SALUS, and will focus on the entire nation. However, it has the ability to narrow in on specific zip codes and individual stores. Its initial deployment interacts with information systems from the U.S. National Guard and Northern Command.
Wow, Silas smart.
You know what it sound like to me?
Silas smart. Skynet.
You ever seen Eagle Eye? Yeah, Skynet. Yeah. That's what it sound like to me.
What was that Will Smith movie?
You know, I Am Legend.
No, it was like Enemy at State, something like that.
Yeah. Enemy at State.
That was it.
Yeah. Okay. Those were with aliens and
so with it. Okay, but no,
I ain't talking about that. It was a different one where I
Am Legend.
I think he stole something, but he was on the running, and the camera. They had satellites following him. Like I think some guy dropped something in his bag, and he took it to the crib.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Google says it's closing in on a human level artificial intelligence. The game is over. Basically, this is a brain. The artificial intelligence researchers are doubling down on the concept that we will see artificial general intelligence, aka AGI. That's AGI that can accomplish anything humans can, and probably many we can't within our lifetimes, right? This is Google DeepMind. They have a whole website. You can get a career in DeepMind. It's like a whole other world in DeepMind. So when you all get a chance, take a look into something called the DeepMind. And not only that, take a look into something that Bill Gates is also investing in. And it's
can I comment on that?
Yes, yes, sir.
The AI.
Yes, sir.
I feel like the AI. I feel like it's cap. I feel like they already got it. They're not going to tell the whole population that they, got a artificial intelligence that's superior to a human. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like I think because the whole world know it. Like that's a weapon. Like that's what I'm saying. Weapon of mass destruction.
Yes, check this out. You're absolutely right. It says the DeepMind plays against AI in StarCraft. Lady Soul picks up a win versus in DeepMind AI in Go tournament. Google's DeepMind AI is now able to control a nuclear fusion reactor. Google says StarCraft likely next target for DeepMind AI. Google DeepMind AI goes up 2-0 in historic Go series.
They got it locked up.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're finna use it for what they actually have to right now. So they need to tell. I need to tell y'all about it real quick. So when it starts doing work, y'all don't be alarmed. Like, oh my God, what's going on? Like, no, we told y'all, it get busy.
You know what this reminds
They
me
got it
of?
listening to you now. Like it's listening to all of us on the phone. Like,
Well, I believe that's what algorithms
and
and everything like that. That's what it's all predicted. It's like Myra was talking about earlier. It's predictive programming. That's all it is. It's just doing predictive maintenance. That's all.
You know what? Because this says this can work perhaps better than the human brain. How could you make an article to say that if you haven't already tested it?
They got it. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
They have it. Like for sure they got
it.
No
doubt about that.
They just got it.
But like I said, now they built it for a specific use. Now they're about to try what they've already built it for. The test run is over with. You just read off what they've tested, all that. It's over with.
Playing video games against real people, going up 2-0 in them.
Now it's time to implement what it's here for. Now I need you to go into the system and do your job.
What's the people that's make the like planes and stuff for the military?
Boeing.
Not DARPA.
And
DARPA?
Elon Musk, right?
DARPA.
He makes
Elon said he's close to it too, but I feel like DARPA, they got it, bro. They got it. I think they help invent the internet.
Absolutely.
Like, so they got that. You know what I'm saying? It's just they ain't gonna let you know that. Like they not gonna let you know for sure.
Don't sleep on that. CERN had a lot to do with the internet being created too.
It makes me think of these Incredible Hulk movies. Like when I think of the Incredible Hulk, I thought about that the other day, and I'm like, man, they had a whole guy locked up in a lab, and he just from a human to another person that they couldn't control. Like
they were trying to figure out how to control it.
You think they experiment on humans?
Well, ain't that what that one?
Remember, and then there was a movie called Invisible, or 13 something with one guy. He turned invisible and you couldn't see him.
Yeah,
like they not making the yes, sir. They not making these movies for nothing.
They got them spaceships too, man. A lot of them spaceships. They got patents on spaceships.
Yeah, they got patents on a lot.
Their
of
technology
stuff.
is far superior than what we know.
Yeah, they got patents.
We don't know.
More.
You don't know what they got, man.
Yes, you do, because electronic tattoos will be the future of smartphones, according to Bill Gates. So there is, there is this.
Well, you've seen the movie, what's it called? Altered Carbon, the TV show on Netflix.
And they got electronic tattoos?
Yeah.
And where was it at?
It's on their own. That's how they communicate.
Wait a second. That's exactly what this is.
They don't have to swipe. They don't have to swipe or anything like that. It's just, it's on your own.
It says, Chaotic Moon makes electronic tattoos that offer a frontier between aesthetics and biotechnology.
Yeah.
The brand details that the electronic tattoo must be able to alert the tattoo artist when it detects the presence of fever, certain infections, and other changes in the person's internal physiology. According to data from Statista, the number of smartphone users worldwide exceeds 300,000 million, and is expected to continue to grow gradually over the next few years. So not only with this, you will be able, I watched a video of this, you will be able to store your banking information on this. This will be able to send your doctor. This is how you communicate with your doctor. Here, instead of you coming into the doctor's office to get your blood work done, your heartbeat done and all that, this tattoo will save all of that. This tattoo will
automatically send it to you. Like right now, I got on a watch, and my watch keeps up with my heart rate, how much sleep I get, everything like that. My exercise, how much water I take, all of that. All that information will be sent to your doctor automatically.
Well, too bad, because I'm not taking it. I'm not putting no.
Well, we're not talking about you. We're not talking about you, and we're not talking about us. Yeah. We're talking about the people who are watching. Majority of them are gonna take it.
Goofy enough to put no tattoo on.
Oh yeah, majority of y'all watching, y'all gonna take it. Don't sit here and. Don't sit here and cap.
That might be the mark of the beast.
I just told y'all I had to turn down a $32 job when I $32 an hour job over the woohoo. Y'all gonna take it.
Y'all better not.
and check this out.
And you better not, like he said.
I don't trust it. No, they gonna know your whole.
Well, it's gonna everything go from, about you. I mean, everything. So everything that Elon Musk was talking about putting into that brain chip, it sounds like Bill Gates is trying to put in your arm.
You think the tattoo will be able to change your some chemicals in your body?
I believe it'll regenerate your body.
Your banking information and your heartbeat and all that.
Yeah, it's gonna regenerate your body.
That's what I'm saying. Like if they want to kill you, they really can just.
Yeah. He was talking crazy today. Shut his phone off. Turn his arm off.
You be able to call.
Slow his heart rate down.
Oh, I didn't think about.
Give him a
slow
seizure.
it down, speed it up. You have your brain.
Are they live on television? Give him a seizure.
That's why the doctor, they be like, you can't come in. Don't worry. You know, we can tap in through your tattoo and we can be able to fix. Okay, I'll slow this down to 60.
You gotta believe they tested it out, and Bill Gates is funding this. He's merging with them.
I don't trust. Don't never.
So
trust
everybody,
Bill Gates is doing a lot of stuff.
Bill Gates is doing a lot of stuff. For him not to have a medical degree, a food degree,
boy.
How the heck are you coming out with these woohoos investing that you don't have no freaking medical degree? So they say
if you want to feel better, you don't go to a sick doctor, right? Mm-hmm. We going to a non-doctor to get better. Right. He ain't a sick doctor. He's no doctor. Right. And he got the most control damn near over all medical situations.
This man a vaccine
eye
expert.
Blinking. I can't stop my eye from blinking.
The most land in America.
He's an agriculture. He's in the medical field.
He just released mosquitoes and all that in Florida.
Mosquitoes. They didn't want to block out the sun. He on the biological tattoo stuff.
I think we need to pay attention to Bill Gates.
So everybody, I would just want. That's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm getting at. So listen. Everybody keep talking about Elon Musk being this and that and this and that. If you think about it, Bill Gates may actually be what we claim the Antichrist that Elon Musk is. All y'all that claim Elon Musk is the Antichrist, have y'all not looked at Bill Gates lately? That's all I'm saying. I know he probably. I'm not saying he is. I'm not saying he ain't. I'm just saying.
No, he is. He don't believe.
I'm just saying before we anoint Elon Musk as the Antichrist, I think we need to be looking at Bill Gates.
Wasn't they over abortions or something? Didn't they invest?
Yeah.
Oh, he worshiping different guys, man. He out there in front of the devil like this. Oh, man.
He been on that different. He been on that different type of time. They worship him. That's the thing. They're worshiping him.
He worshiping the devil. That's what I'm.
They're worshiping him. He worshiping the.
Ooh, he bowing before the
below. The land below. The land down and below is what he worshiping.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's a lot going on right now. What I would encourage people to do is, everyone should be focused on.
How he got all that money and can't brush his teeth?
Who?
Bill Gates, man, his teeth be butter or something. Warren Buffett too, man. These dudes weird, man. They got all that money and they can't brush their teeth. Billions of dollars.
I mean, listen, when you get that kind of money,
put no fluoride on their teeth.
Hey, man, I'm worried about these humans on Earth. The last thing I'm worried about is how white I can get my teeth. I can take care of that in 2 seconds. I'm worried about John.
Bill Gates, when you
get John's teeth white.
Listen, when you got that kind of money,
they drinking
and you
blood.
got those kind of resources, and you got that kind of knowledge.
Wait a second.
And you saying that he got white teeth?
Yeah. He said they drinking blood.
Now,
teeth butter, like.
Absolutely. And you saying that they ain't got white teeth? What I was saying is that he might just. Oh man. We might have thought about it wrong.
Yeah.
Everybody say, oh, you should have a clean shaved face and all this other stuff, clean shaved head and everything like that. But we know, truthfully, if you dig in the book, that's not what it's teaching you.
You shave your head and all that when something is going wrong. Shave my head. I gotta pray.
You might see it as, hey, I brush my teeth when it's time.
Man, them dudes all aliens, man, or some demons or something. They got some demons.
Aliens.
You talking my language.
I believe aliens. I believe aliens.
People that's running this country. Absolutely. Oh, they got them demons in them.
I don't.
That's why they messing with men.
So listen. What Myra was talking about earlier, the Hulk and everything like that. What you was talking about. That's what dinosaurs. That's what I believe dinosaurs are. I believe dinosaurs are the outcast of the fallen angels.
But there were such thing as dragons, though.
Yeah, and where did the dragons? Where did they come from? There was no fire. That's what I'm saying. There were no fire breathing dragons before what? There was none of that before the fallen angels.
I think those dragons were half dragon, half human. Though they had like human.
The fallen angels.
That's why the Lord had to destroy this.
Yeah.
What the heck? They came out with a dragon with a human. Well, I didn't create this.
Yeah.
They probably
got half man, half horse. I didn't do this.
I didn't Mojo. They giants just running around eating people, snatching people up.
They probably got giants and half dragons and half man locked up somewhere right now.
Yes.
I've been seeing that in these movies.
Yes.
It's probably locked up right now.
Absolutely.
They probably got that right now.
Hey, I tell you what, everybody kept talking about watching the new Doctor Strange 2 that came out, right?
Yeah.
I tell you what people need to be paying attention to and should be watching next. Jurassic Park. Watch that next Jurassic Park. I bet you.
And Doctor Strange. You're right about Doctor Strange too. There's a lot of stuff.
It's already out.
And
that's why
Avatar 2. Avatar 2 is coming out as well.
That too. The thing with Avatar 2 is Avatar 2 kind of reminds me of.
I want to see what direction they're going to take because they say 1 was based on Native Americans.
I believe Avatar 2 and Avatar itself is really based off the Egyptians. I really believe that.
Black.
I don't know about the Egyptians, Mojo. I think it was the Native Americans. No. I'm gonna be honest with you. But we'll see though.
Africans. Long story short.
Oh, the
Native Americans, man.
Hamites.
Okay.
Long story short. But I'm with you on that too, Myra. You know, I don't know. But the new Jurassic Park, I did see the trailer.
Shout out to the Hamites, man.
I seen the trailer for the new Jurassic Park too.
Shout out to the Hamites.
You know, absolutely.
Even though you sold us,
y'all got rid of us.
We still rock with
you. Y'all didn't want nothing to do with us. Y'all still don't want nothing to do with us. Let's be honest.
We rock with you though. You know,
y'all come over here.
Listen, for people that don't understand what they are saying, so just to imagine Haiti, right? If something was to happen, Haitians are black and we are black. But if we flee to Haiti and something was to happen and they come looking for us, Haiti knows we are not them, and Haiti's going to say no. The black people that you're looking for, they're right here over here. The black Americans that you're looking for is right here. They ain't Haitian. They don't believe in what we believe in. We don't worship in the same gods and all that type of stuff. You're not from where we from.
Don't believe in no God.
Just because you're black does not mean you believe in the same thing. Haitians don't really like us. So if we go to Haitians, they're going to sell us out quick.
Facts.
They're going to sell us.
Facts.
And you can tell the difference.
Not
really, because people think you black.
A lot of people believe.
You can't.
A lot of people believe the Haitians are part of the 12.
You got a few of these rappers that's Haitian. A lot of people don't know.
Yeah, I'm saying like Kodak Black and what's that, Jack Boy and stuff like that. That's how they look. They usually darker skin. I think Negroes that's over here, like a lot of us, usually like caramel skin. Like if we was in Africa, so of course you would get some that look like us, but on average, there's gonna be some black brothers out there. We ain't on average like that. We ain't black like that.
On that note, I've been watching
like caramel.
I've been watching this documentary about the
in our face structure. You can look at it, even if they caramel, you still can see it.
I've been watching this documentary on the Science Channel about the Egyptians and the pyramids and everything, and about black people, right? And how they're basically saying the Egyptians were black, which we already knew, right?
Right.
The whitewashing, is an issue.
Oh yeah,
I'm looking at some of the artifacts, and they're showing the before and after.
Broke they nose. Yes.
Dang, the broke they nose. When you go into the pyramids now, they
painted over it.
They probably made their own artifacts.
They've been brushing and washing off the colors that the people have that the original Egyptians put on those hieroglyphics. They've been washing them off and scraping it off over the last 50 years and repainting it. Half of those scriptures and those artifacts don't even look the same. What they used to paint as black pharaohs are now, no disrespect and no racism, but they're white pharaohs now. They're no longer dark goddesses. They are caramel goddesses. And that's just because we've been watching it over the last 20 years. Give us another 20 years and it'll be white goddesses.
No, but in movies they portray,
because they can't just paint over it.
You
can't just paint.
I'm sorry, not in music, but in movies they portray Egyptians as white.
No. I'm just saying, if you look at
Cleopatra, they say she was white.
That's what I'm saying. The actual pyramids right now, they are starting to portray white people on the hieroglyphics. Yeah, that's an issue. And it's not like it's
why is that an issue? I'm sorry, why is that an issue, Mojo?
Because it hides the truth.
How evil we were.
Well, first of all, we were never evil.
Right. But
how evil they were.
Understand that
the Egyptians were evil.
That you all Hamites.
Yeah, the Hamites were.
The Egyptians and them Hamites. Y'all was some evil people.
Y'all was getting them.
And listen, I get why y'all do us wrong when y'all see us. When y'all see American Negroes, I get why y'all do us wrong.
But why do we care about the whitewashing? I'm sorry. Why do we care about
the reason why I care about
the
reason why I care about the whitewashing is because if they erase the Egyptians, then they're going to come out and say, oh, white people have always been dominant at the top of the pinnacle, which will further along because of the Egyptians. It's easier for me as a American Negro to find out where my lineage came from versus going up and going all the way up into Judah. If all the Egyptians were labeled white, we'd have a hard time finding Judah.
That's why you got to read the Bible.
And like she said, that's why you got to read the Bible. But even the Bible is validated by the hieroglyphics in the pyramid.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily. I'm with you on that.
Because you got a lot of
Bible is validated regardless. I'm just saying a lot of the stuff.
Yeah, because they did have the pyramid. On the hieroglyphs, they had them black pharaohs.
That's what I'm saying.
But they had Moses black on there. They had
Thank you.
Slaves.
But they also described the people too.
Yeah,
and if you look at genealogy, it's also a genealogy section in the Bible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm saying if you read the Bible, that's the history book.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that. I'm just saying it just makes it easier for them, and it's gonna make it way harder for us to find our lineage in the book, and most people don't even read the book.
Well, let me tell you all this.
That's why most people don't know who they are. Well, most African Americans.
Let me tell you all
most
this.
African Americans.
So-called African Americans.
Well, Mojo is saying they're whitewashing the history, basically saying that Egyptians are currently now white. Well, that reminds me, just when I was in school and I opened up the history book and and for History Month, and it was just white. Only 2 or 3 black people who celebrate: Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and Harriet Tubman. And I remember thinking to myself, like, dang, now the whole world, these are only 3 black people that kind of meant something.
Yeah.
Right.
So what I'm saying is that something was tampered with, y'all. Come on, through 3 black people.
Yeah, they know they did.
And those 3 black people for American history, they only stood for civil rights.
Yeah.
Come on. Only civil rights, bro.
Talk about George Washington.
Y'all don't think about
maybe pre-K through 5th grade.
And they only and you bring up a good point. And they promoted him as a peanut man.
Yeah.
You all gotta pay attention and use cognitive thinking and logic.
Do you know the internet was discovered by a black man? The Instagram algorithm was discovered by a black boy, a Ghanaian. I think he's a Ghanaian kid.
Yeah, that's the same dude that came up with the NFTs and everything, right?
A lot of this stuff been invented by black people, bro. Like the reason they try to keep us down because our brain is resources. Our brain is, you know what I'm saying? That's because we've been around longer than all the other races.
It's
so
true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true halfway.
The most intelligent.
A lot of the time, a lot of the great inventions a lot of the great inventions that we're talking about, Africans made. And if Africans make a great invention, they've been compensated for it.
It's the same thing. History repeats. What do you say? I'm sorry.
They get robbed too. But a lot of
what did he say? I didn't hear what he said. What did you say, Mojo?
A lot of the inventions that Africans have made, most of the time, they've been compensated for it.
What do you mean?
Now, whether they say like an African, the dude that discovered the algorithm, he's been compensated for that.
Yeah.
Now, if we're talking about
not to the point where he should be.
No.
He ain't getting what
absolutely not, but he got something.
Yeah.
There's people over when we make something, we'll get none. You ain't getting nothing.
In the 60s, but yeah.
You ain't getting nothing.
Yeah, that's back. Yeah.
He ain't getting nothing.
Yeah. Right.
What I will say is that you all bringing this up just reminds me that history repeats itself. When you think back to Booker T. Washington, George Washington Carver, we think about the stoplight, the first person, Garvey, the first person that did the first open heart surgery. Yeah. And going back to George Washington Carver, they said he was one of the best scientists almost in the world when it comes to knowing land, agriculture, and all of that. A lot of these people of different ethnicities, they come along, they like these ideas, and they just invest in it, and they take it, right? Right. So we've been coming up with ideas. It's no secret.
Yeah.
If you all can see the pattern, not just now in today's time, but from a long time ago.
Yeah.
That's all.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, we ultimately we sell our patents. That's just what it is.
Or they get stolen. They
get stolen.
Kill you.
But
yeah, take it.
They get stolen. If you don't want to sell it, we'll steal it. Kill you all.
No, absolutely.
They even kill people that's of their kind that comes up with inventions and stuff.
The guy that had the car that run off water.
That's what I was just thinking about. That guy, listen, that
interview we just did. But
Mojo, that interview stuck out. I mean, that story stuck out to me. The guy, he invented a car that ran off water.
Yeah,
and that stuck out to me because he went out to a cafe. He was sitting at a cafe with his friend, and the server gave him his coffee, his donut, whatever. And then as soon as he drank a sip of his coffee, and then like a minute or two later, he started choking and stuff. And he say, for his last words was, "They finally got me." That's powerful, bro.
Yeah. I mean,
that's some powerful stuff, man.
What about the thing is,
they want to control the narrative.
Yeah,
you got to understand. The whole narrative is being controlled.
You got the one dude in them that found a lake under the water. Have you heard about him? The dude that found a lake underwater. Like they were in the ocean. They were in the ocean and they found a lake under the ocean.
He ended up dead too.
The day he dropped the video of the lake under the ocean, a week later he was killed.
There's people that say that we are living in Atlantis.
This is the reason why you see. Now that
no, it's people that say we are Atlantis.
Now that's where
like,
that's where I jump.
All right,
no. Stop, because you did that last thing. No, I'm just saying, it's people that say that.
No. I mean, but people
no.
that say we're living in
it's people that say
Atlantis.
we're surrounded by an ice wall. Like it's world. It's plenty of other lands and other oceans out there.
Well, that goes to the fact of look at China.
They say they only gonna tell us
found that big forest.
They say they only gonna tell us there's 4 oceans and 50
sinkhole.
Yeah, the forest in the sinkhole. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't hear about that. But they said they only gonna tell us it's like 4 oceans and all that.
You hear about that?
No, I didn't.
For real?
But anyway, man.
Hold on, wait a minute. Ain't no anyway.
Wait a second.
Hold on, we can't skip over that.
Hold on, wait a second.
They found a forest in a sinkhole that magically appeared out of nowhere all this time. Y'all just not seen the sinkhole. And if it's always been there, Myra, we all know it's always been there. So you telling me y'all just now went down there and discovered a forest?
Nah, somebody else discovered it.
They've already they've already been down there and done what they
discovered the whole lake.
They did what they needed to do already. Now it's time to announce the forest.
This man discovered a lake. We got to give him a ribbon.
You can tell this is TwistedYounginz.
No. It's real.
A lot of different topics.
That's a fact.
We go down rabbit holes. Sometimes we complete it. Sometimes
this is a rabbit hole, guys. This
is what your brain should be thinking.
This is a simple rabbit hole. Let me tell you all.
Cover everything.
Have you all stopped to realize what the definition of a license is? The meaning of license is permission to act. How to use license, the permission to act, the permission to give you to do something, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I really start to think about a license. I got to get a license to go out and get food for myself.
Yeah.
I got to get a license to go out to drive to where I need to go. Mm-hmm. I got to go out and get a license to say, this thing works for my body.
Yeah, you need permission for that.
I need permission to go fishing in a public lake.
Yep.
I need permission to go get, I need permission. If you think about it, we need permission to do everything. And the only thing that sets you really free is financial freedom. And once they take that away from you, you are condemned.
Don't worry about that. You're gonna take this. It's going down anyway. You're gonna take this away.
Yeah,
if you take the mark, I think you still can kick it. You can have fun. Never worry about it.
You can travel, go to all the islands.
If you take the mark, you're gonna live your best life.
Yeah.
They're gonna make life better for you. They're gonna be giving the people with them, they're gonna be giving people with the mark extra money.
Right hand,
like you said, travel.
The license gives you the authority to do something. How can somebody give you the authority to do? How can somebody give you the authority to do something?
Easy.
How can they make you pay for that?
Yeah, like we do. We control you, don't we? We get the bust you upside your head if you don't listen.
Just like they make you get it. They make you put a sticker in the window of your vehicle.
You got to get a degree from my school in order for me to accreditate you and say you know what you're doing.
That's what I'm saying. You can have your driver's license. You can have
to my
insurance.
standards, though. To my standards.
Yeah, you can have driver's license and insurance, but you have to get this sticker in your window and pay a certain amount of money. Pay a certain amount every month with the sticker in your window just to say you're certified to be on the road.
We love you guys.
Even though you got your driver's license and your insurance.
We love y'all so much. We do this because we want to tell you what everything that's going through our head.
They're not going to tell you.
We want to keep it real with you.
They're not going to tell you.
They're not going to tell you. You're going to just wake up. You better wake up now.
Cardi B is not that. If you want to hire some, you put it in a book.
We've already sold away almost most of our rights. to get a piece of freedom in the worldly
Let's
world.
just be honest. Our rights are on the line tomorrow. Okay.
I mean, your rights are on the line.
Yeah, it's tomorrow. 22nd is tomorrow. Let's be honest. Our rights are on the line. They already on the line, like you said, Myra. And we ain't got none hardly as it is.
But see what it is. Okay, that's true. But see, people, you able to go out. If you don't go out, if you don't get the woohoo, you're not able to go out the country to certain places. I'm saying people go out of country to Belima and the Caribbeans because they got the woohoo. But what I'm saying is that you have to give up something. You got to give up your body to be able to travel to a land that's already connected.
You gotta give a little.
You gotta show something. So what I'm saying is that it's just crazy if you really sit back and think about it. We're slowly giving away everything. We already gotta have a license to do majority of things in the world.
Nothing, but you would love it.
Remember during the woohoo era where if you were at work, you had to have papers to be driving around.
Yeah, I had to have.
Where are your papers?
What the heck? I gotta have.
Oh, and they asked you where your papers?
Yeah. Well, he asked me what was I doing out at that time of night, and I just gave him my paperwork.
Give me your papers.
Wait a second.
What do they call it?
And he looked at it like he was reading it.
What was the name of it? They were giving to people that was working during the pandemic when it first popped off. It was some specific type of work. Essential worker. Yeah, I had to give my essential workers paperwork.
What kind of
he read it. He was looking like.
Yeah,
what kind of third world country stuff is this? What kind of third world country stuff is this? Well, what is
we're
that?
Headed towards a third world
if we would have been
country
okay
right
with that, they would have took that an extra step.
Oh, absolutely.
You got to have papers to be
the main thing that we need to understand in America is that the only reason, black and white, the only reason why we are not a third world country, the only reason why we have not been invaded, the only reason why we have not been overthrown
is because of Babylon.
Is because of who?
David Federline? What he did?
I said it's.
I'm sure. Like what you said?
I said it's because of Babylon.
Beyond all of that, the only on top of that,
we got the power.
I'm with you on that.
But our power is going to come down like Babylon is in the midst of.
The only thing and the only reason why the government
like Nebuchadnezzar.
The only reason why the government hasn't done what they want to do already is because of the Second Amendment. Your right to bear arms. That's it. If we didn't have the right to bear arms and for every 2 households, there's another household with a gun in it. If it wasn't that situation, they'd have already gave us the mark. They've already done what they wanted to do with us.
How many people we can sue, including the government, all the people, if you actually read the amendments in the Constitution.
Oh, absolutely.
If you actually read it.
Well, that's why I think the Eagle Eye situation was even
things that I'm saying, literally every single thing. America has one of the greatest constitution and your amendment rights in the history of the whole world. That's why people want to come here.
Yeah.
If you all took the time to actually read it, I believe every American citizen will be suing right now.
Well,
no, it's no well.
No, I'm saying I agree with you. Not only would they be suing, most people would be willing to kill right now. There's no be willing to sue. Most people be willing to kill. That's why I say Eagle Eye. When you see Eagle Eye, the whole point of that movie was they got that AI computer to start doing everything for them, start thinking for them, start running the government for them, right? And then one day that computer the computer itself.
You all do realize we pay
like,
everything around us, right?
Yeah.
We pay we pay police, we pay government, we pay for the highways to be built, we pay for schools, we pay for the local stores to be built. We pay for turnpikes. Do y'all not understand? We pay for people that can work Medicaid, and then we still get taxed on top of that.
Yeah.
Y'all, no, you all still don't understand. We are the bosses.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're the one doing all of the paying.
Well, if we felt like